This is Coffee with Karina. And here's your host, Karina Michelle.
Think you know what really happens in the audition room? Well, think again. On Casting Confidential, we go inside the casting process, uncensored, unfiltered, and full of surprises. Our recent guests have included Danielle Pinnock from Ghost, Danny Joles from Hacks, and Lamorne Morris from New Girl. Plus, every episode ends with a live scene read and real-time feedback. Follow Casting Confidential wherever you get your podcasts. Casting Confidential, where the callback is just the beginning.
Good morning or afternoon. I've had this idea for a little bit, and I got this question yesterday. I get this question a lot, actually. So I thought it would be a good topic to talk about. Creating a podcast. And people are always asking me, how do I start? How do I start doing this? What do I do? They talk about it for a while. Sometimes it never gets done. Other times, maybe they record some of it and they don't edit it and it just doesn't move along. So the first question I get asked a lot of times is, what kind of equipment do I need? So that the answer to that is you don't need any equipment. And I know there are a lot of people online that are showing, I have this mic, and I have this lighting, and it's all nice. If you're going to build out a studio, great. I actually didn't really start investing in those things until this year. And I've had my podcast for 5 years. I've even done on location work. And it's just I've never needed it. Sound is very important. So you want to make sure things like the AC are off. Sometimes you get like a buzzing refrigerator, the dog's barking or whatever. You want to kind of try and get rid of those things beforehand. Overall, all you need is a cell phone, which is wild. You can do this just with a cell phone. The first thing that you're going to need is a record app. And I'm actually recording on it right now. And you may hear cars in the background because I'm in the car line. And I always talk about this car line at school because I've created so many things. I actually wrote my podcast. I remember coming up with the idea and listening to podcasts in this car line. It's been amazing for me. But anyway, more about that later. But you need a record app. So I think the one I use is called Voice Recorder. Very basic. You just download it and then you pretty much just hit record and you're away. And then you save the file, you send it to yourself, and you can edit it on GarageBand or, if you're in one of these podcast apps now, you can do everything inside of those. And they even make clips for you, and it's pretty cool. So that's it. There really are no excuses. You can just start recording and you can save those files on your phone. Don't put the pressure on that you need to get it up by this weekend or whatever. I would just record yourself talking, just talk about whatever is on your mind and whatever you want to get out there to your audience and take it from there. Back to the car line. So yeah, I complained about this car line so many times in the past. My kids have been going here for years and I was like, I have to sit in that line for an hour, or maybe more sometimes, depending on where I'm coming from. I decided to turn that negative into a positive. So I would bring my work. I turn the car into my office. And that's just like a power hour, that I have every single day in complete quiet. Nobody bothers me unless my phone rings. And yeah, I get so much done. So think about, maybe the time that you have in your schedule, time that you can set aside where you're just maybe doing mindless scrolling online or whatever it is, you can make it work. You can do this and you can put up, before you know it, probably 5 to 10 episodes. And the point of the whole thing is not to get caught up in the perfection. The first one, maybe it won't be perfect, and that's okay. The point is that you keep recording, you keep getting the word out there about your business or whatever you're doing, your goals. And before you know it, you'll have a podcast up and running. All right. Have a good day, guys.
Hey, this is Karina. Thanks so much for listening. If you like what you hear, check out some of our other episodes and give us a rating. In the meantime, stay safe, and we hope to see you back here soon.